All right, here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Digital Excursion, the podcast. We talk about movies, TV, pop culture, all that good stuff. I am your host, Marlon Abram, and with me, as always, we got Tyron Lee.
Thank you.
And Justin Poole.
Hello.
What's up, guys? How's you guys doing?
Doing better than babbling.
Better than that sentence I tried to say.
So I have been playing Marvel Snap nonstop to the point where when I close my eyes, that's all I see.
Oh my god! I think they got you hooked. They got you.
Yeah, the game's really good. I'm halfway to infinite rank, so I'm trying to grind my way up there.
Damn.
What's Marvel Snap?
We talked about this on like
App Store?
A few episodes ago.
Free Marvel card game.
Oh, I don't have my phone.
It's
like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's more like Magic the Gathering.
It's a weird mix because it's not necessarily the cards fighting each other. You're playing for control of locations, but yeah, really fun.
I think I've seen that on the App Store.
Nice. Did you hear that Marvel is teaming up with EA to make a stream, to release some games coming up?
Yeah, they're slated to do, I believe, Iron Man.
Yeah,
the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Licensed games have been in the decline for a while, up until like Spider-Man brought it back.
Yeah,
and now they're popular, so they throw out like Guardians and Suicide Squad, all that stuff. Yeah.
When I heard that, like, I know like EA makes other games, but I always associate them with sport games. So I was like, what are they gonna do? Like a Marvel Madden or something?
Hey, I'd play that.
And I was like, yo, that'd be pretty dope, actually.
Hey, it's like a Marvel card game.
Have you ever played that street football game back in the day?
NFL Street.
NFL Street, and it's like just that, but like Marvel characters in it.
I played
NBA
what's
Street
the basketball one?
NBA Street Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah. I played those. I didn't play a football one. But yeah, fun games.
Those are fun. Yeah.
And they had Blitz too, if you ever played that.
No, I never heard of that one.
That one is brutal. Like, you get to punch people, elbow people, jump on them.
They are teaching people the wrong way to play organized street football.
That one was
there's organized street football.
Is that game a little
and then organized street football?
Is that game a little like that game's obviously set in the hood, right?
No, not Blitz. This is like an actual football game, but
I'm talking about NFL Street. I'm talking about NFL Street. It's obviously in the hood, right?
Some places.
They'd be like in the back alley playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some places. Some of them have like actual park, but yeah, it's like run down.
Yeah. I don't know if
I
that's
wouldn't call
like
it the GTA of football games, though.
That's actually probably a good description, though. I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if that's like a little racist or if that's really shining a light on the culture.
Both.
Is that Lemonade?
Yep.
Minute Maid?
No, it's Mio.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's the stuff that you squirt in the water and it just flavors the water. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right, guys. We got a few things on the docket today. We're gonna get into some news about Kevin Conroy, and we'll expand a little bit more on that. Talking about Atlanta, since the series had its series finale, I think last week. We're going to talk a little bit about the the Grogu and Dust Bunnies. We had talked about it on another podcast about the Studio Ghibli and Star Wars collab, and then I think towards the end of the show, we're going to do a full review of the Wakanda Forever.
That was the most awkward hand symbol I've ever seen.
I'm doing that because I was watching an interview with the director Ryan Coogler and Gail, right from Good Morning America, and she was like, when she introduced him, she was like, "We're talking to the director of Wakanda Forever, Ryan Coogler."
Oh wow, okay.
And I was like, "Oh, that was really weird." So yeah, first thing up, very sad moment. The definitive voice of Batman for I don't know how many years, but long time. Kevin Conroy.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Yeah.
For 20 years, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, most popular in the Batman the Animated Series and the Arkham Knight games, passed away at the age of 66. For all I know, Batman is his only real credit. Is that right?
That's like the most like prolific one. He used to do like stage plays and like traditional acting before that, but his like the chunk of his work is him playing Batman.
Yeah. He was. I think he was Juilliard trained, a Juilliard trained actor. And from what I heard from his story, he got, he was after school, he was casting. I mean, he was auditioning a lot for different roles, and his one casting director reached out to him and said, "Oh, we have this thing for an animated feature. It's very dramatic. And, we just want you to come in and just try it out." And I think initially he was going to just kind of turn it down. I think that's how the story goes, how he got to play Batman in the first place. But really, really, really sad because like he's such a good actor. I mean, he really made that show. Like I'm talking about the Batman animated show. Like that show really stood out amongst other animated shows at the time. Yeah.
It was like incredibly like it was darker for what a kid's cartoon was like back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like much more serious in tone, and like for him to play that role, it gave because like the last like portrayal of Batman like in the pop culture at that time was
Adam West,
and then transitioning to the Batman 90s movie
with Tim Burton.
Yeah,
more serious.
So for him to like take that role on and like make it serious, like he carried that role for like 20 years, and like when I play the games, I hear his voice. Like when I read the comics, that's the voice I hear.
Yeah, same.
And, yeah, it's sad to see him go.
Yeah, and now all we're gonna have is Chris Pratt voicing Batman.
Oh God, no.
Something like that.
For real?
No,
please no.
I hope not. I really hope not. But he even got to play Batman in the live version, of live action. I'm sorry, in DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I think that was what on the CW or something.
Yeah, and during the Crisis of Infinite Earths or something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of dropped off on that, so I haven't gotten to see it yet. But
yeah, not a big fan either. But I watched the scene where he's like wearing a mech suit or something because he's kind of supposed to be like an older Batman at this point. So he needs like this mech suit just to like stand up because his body's all broken, But yeah, man, it's kind of sad. I don't know I don't know how they're gonna ever replace him because Batman's definitely not going away.
Yeah, that's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the animated series ended though, right?
It's been over for like
10 years,
early 2000s.
Oh,
yeah, but
because ended with like Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, but he's been Batman way past the animated series. Like,
it was
animated thing with Batman is Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, it was a big deal for him to come back for the Arkham games because the Justice League Unlimited had just ended, and like they're bringing a new Batman game out, and for him to come back to it was like a big shock to everyone. And yeah, ever since that point, he's been the voice not only in the games but like some of the movies.
He played all the Arkham Knight games, like all of them.
Yeah, I believe throughout the whole Arkham series, I believe he's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I play the games and I've watched the show, but like
you never knew.
I never knew.
Yeah,
know the voice though, because it's iconic.
That's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah. But R.I.P to Kevin Conroy. There'll never be another like him. Whoever they find, I don't know. Probably just won't feel the same. I mean, they're gonna find probably someone who can imitate his voice, or maybe they have like what AI. Yeah. AI can bring people back to life.
I say just let other people just voice the role in their own way.
I'm putting it in my application for Batman. This is actually my Batman voice right here.
Sound like Cat Williams.
So if you're listening to this, send it to whoever needs to hear it. This is the Batman voice.
I am vengeance.
I am vengeance. I'm the light. I'm the night. Gordon, we gotta go get them. We gotta go get them bad guys. Nearly flawless, to be honest.
Yeah, man. This clip's gonna go viral. He's gonna be Batman. No more podcasts.
No more podcasts after this.
You're gonna be hired by the Winnie the Pooh killer director.
Oh, I'll take it. No.
Hey, work is work.
Work is work. Speaking about a flawless performance, this is a little late in news, but Justin brought this up. I'm sorry. Around Halloween, we had Diddy dressed as the Joker.
Oh, I've seen that.
And he dropped like a little commercial in a full costume, dressed as the Joker. I don't know if you guys seen this. I know Justin has seen it, but like he really leans into that Joker performance. Like he's more. I haven't seen a Joker that good since Heath Ledger.
That commercial is weird. Like
no, it was hella weird.
I was watching YouTube,
so weird.
Suddenly it came on, and like there's this dude dressed as Joker, and all he's doing is laughing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "What is this?" And I look at the time. I'm like, "It's a 2-minute long commercial," and most of it is just him laughing. And at the end, you just like, "Oh, there's a tequila bottle." That's it. There's like a cop that's been kidnapped, and then tequila bottle.
He was like, "I'm playing this character. Let's film it."
Yeah, he was out on the streets, like freaking out Tyler the Creator and some other actor.
Yeah, he was pretty into it more than I thought he would be. I wouldn't say he's the best Joker, but he was definitely better than Jared Leto. No, like 100% better than Jared Leto in that 2-minute video. I'm like, P. Diddy for Joker from here on out.
Maybe that was his audition tape.
Stop doing the music stuff. All right. My bad. Stop doing the music stuff and get into acting only for the Joker. That's it. Yeah, it was weird though, but it was very enjoyable to watch. So if you haven't seen that, go watch it.
As DeLeon Tequila.
DeLeon Tequila. Have you tried that?
Or just nope.
I didn't even know he had a tequila.
Yeah, until now.
Did you know The Rock has tequila too?
Yeah, I know that, and he also has an energy drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Jay-Z has tequila, huh? Is that what you do when you get rich? You just make tequila?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? George Clooney, right? George Clooney, and also has a tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get on it.
Yeah. What you do when you get rich. And then
whenever that happens,
Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul have Dos Hombres.
Oh, they have a tequila brand too?
It's not tequila. It's the stuff made from agave. God,
like tequila.
No, it's not tequila though. It's crap. I'm just gonna Google it.
All right, it's okay, man.
No, but they have that. It is extremely smoky. I do not like it. It's
It's
mezcal.
crazy. I
The
don't.
drink?
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't know what smoky mean.
Like barbecue. Have you tasted the smoke from barbecue?
Like a mesquite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh,
It's overpowering. Not a
Yeah.
fan of that
It's
mezcal.
it's crazy. I don't know about these like celebrity tequilas. Like I've only been drinking Jose Cuervo
Hmm.
and cheap tequilas. That's it. Nah,
the
not
Ralph's
this.
brand.
Yeah. If it says Costco on it, then I got it.
Portable.
We talked about this on a few podcasts ago about the Studio Ghibli and Star Wars collab. It was called what? Grogu and the Dust Bunnies or
Grogu.
Grogu? My bad.
His name is Grogu.
Grogu and Dust Bunnies. I meant to watch this, right? I wanted to watch it specifically for the podcast, but when I logged on to Disney Plus, it said renew your membership. So I was like, oh, I gotta make some calls.
Wait, so were you able to watch it?
No, I wasn't able to watch it. So I heard people thought it was whack. That's all I heard.
Oh. Well, I did watch it. It's only 3 minutes long. It is.
Was it whack?
No.
Or it's underwhelming?
It's underwhelming for the hype that you would expect from hearing Lucasfilm and Studio Ghibli doing a collab.
Yeah.
In that sense. So essentially, it's just a little like little art piece. 3 minutes. It's Grogu meditating, and then the Sith sprites from like Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm. I saw a little clip of it.
Yeah. They come along and they just like play with Grogu, and then
that's it.
That's it,
man.
It's not good. It's not bad. It's just a thing.
It's just like this could have been more.
It just is.
Yeah, maybe it's like a proof of concept.
Yeah, maybe they're just putting this out to gauge interest.
Maybe
so they make a full length movie, or
it's like a little
bigger
tease.
short. Yeah. So it's underwhelming in that aspect where you expected like something bigger, but
it
was okay.
Yeah, from what I saw, I was like, yeah, this is cool. I guess I don't need to see all of it.
It's short enough that I will point my camera and I'll FaceTime you. You can watch it that way.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can watch it whenever somebody renews the membership to Disney Plus. Damn.
You okay, Marlon?
Yeah, you okay?
I'm good. Moving on. All right. Last week we got the series finale of Atlanta, Justin's favorite TV show.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I know you haven't seen it. So Atlanta
was it the series finale?
It was the series finale.
Ah, okay.
Atlanta finally calls it quits after 4 seasons. So I know me and Tyron are pretty much the ones who keep up with Atlanta. So I want to say this first. A lot of people like to say Atlanta is one of the best shows to come out in recent years. I will say it's very good, not probably the best, especially as the seasons went on. But I definitely think that it's been a show that always creates conversation, that pushes the boundaries artistically. And it's definitely a show that, all in all, I enjoyed as a whole. But how'd you feel specifically about the series and then the last episode, Tyron?
I got 2 things on how I feel about the series. One of them is like, if you ever read the description of the very last episode, it says like something along the lines is like, I hate this show, but I'm really gonna miss it.
Is that what it said?
Yeah. And I was like, Yeah, that's how I don't hate it, but I was like, kind of how I feel. I'll miss it like every Thursday is coming on, watching it.
Mhm.
And then I was also thinking, I was like, is it because I saw the same thing, like it's the best show on TV, yada yada yada. And I'm like, if Donald Glover didn't have his name on it, or if Donald Glover was nobody, would it still be as great as it is? And
Mhm.
I'm like, it'll be good. I
It'd
think
be
the show's
good.
good.
Yeah, I think a lot of the show's popularity rests on the fact that it's Donald Glover's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But how'd
really
you?
enjoyed the last oh my bad.
Yeah, go ahead. How'd you feel about the last episode?
I really liked the last episode, even though it still has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, this episode is really good, but it doesn't feel like an end of series episode. It's just a regular ass episode. It could have been episode number 8, episode number 2. You know, it's just a random ass episode. So I'm gonna go through the synopsis of the episode. It ain't no spoilers. You can catch that shit on Hulu.
It's on my list.
Well, now you can watch it in full without stopping.
Yep.
So for the series finale of Atlanta, we have 2 different storylines. Storyline with Al, and what's the girl's name?
Oh,
Van.
My girl, Van.
Van.
Christ, I couldn't remember.
Okay. So they make a trip out to a sushi restaurant that's owned and operated by a Black person. Okay. And the sushi restaurant is built inside of a retired Blockbuster, and it's across the street from a Popeyes. Okay. So while they're at this Black sushi restaurant, they're eyeing the Popeyes right outside the window, and they're like, man, we got to leave this place and go to this Popeyes, but they're there to support their friend. Okay. The other storyline involves Darius, who's played by Lakeith Stanfield, and he's making his way to a sensory deprivation tank appointment that he has, which he does in order to kind of release and calm himself down. So throughout the whole episode, with Darius, as he's making his way to the sensory deprivation tank, he meets a few people. One lady in a pharmacy, one lady who's been in the series before, who has she's in the car, the lady in the car. They get stopped by the police and steal the police officer's gun, and just a lot of crazy shit. And then we figure out that Darius has kind of been in the sensory deprivation tank for most of the episode, and he's having these flashes of different visions that keep playing out. But all in all, the 2 storylines come together when the people at the sushi restaurant saying basically, fuck this, we going to get Popeyes, and the owner's trying to keep them in there captive. And then Darius runs in, punches him in the face, and says, let's go and get in my pink Maserati and drive out of here. It's just so weird, but so funny. But the big plot device in the episode, they had a Inception moment in the episode, right? So they all get back to the house, and Darius is they're asking him, where'd you get this pink Maserati? And he's like, oh, I stole it. And then they're like, what? What do you mean you stole it? And he's like, oh, it's okay, because I'm still in the deprivation tank. And they're like, nah, man, this is real life. And he's like, is it really real life, or has this all been a dream this whole time? And they leave off the Inception moment, with the spinning top. The way that he can tell between real life and fantasy is if he's watching Judge Judy, and she steps off the little podium, that she has a thick ass. Hearing myself talk about it, I'm just like, this shit is so ridiculous. So if she's thick, then she's definitely in a dream. If she's regular Judge Judy, then it's real life. But they never show if
the thickness.
They never show the thickness of Judge Judy. So it leaves us off on a cliffhanger Inception moment. Definitely weird. Yeah. I'm just sitting here what am I saying?
And
yeah, go ahead.
I think it was actually all real towards the end, because those two storylines would have come together at the end if it wasn't real. Like he wouldn't have dreamed of him going to a sushi bar that looks like, or sushi restaurant that looks exactly like what they've been to and everything like that. I think it's real.
Yeah,
the last part.
But the suggestion that they make is like everything has been a dream. Everything has been Darius's dream from season 1 to this last episode.
But they never started off with that though.
I know, but that's kind of where they were going when Darius said, are you sure I'm not in the tank, or has this all been a dream this whole time? You know what I mean? And if that's the way they were going, I really didn't like that kind of ending. You know,
yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know Atlanta, there's a lot of not gonna say mystical. What's like another word for mystical? I'll say mystical. There's like some just mystical things that happen throughout the series, like a guy with an invisible car, or it's just weird stuff that never gets explained. And because of that, a lot of people were saying like, oh, maybe it was just all Darius's dream this whole time, these whole 4 seasons. You know?
Don't buy it. Don't buy it at all. I think they try to pull this one, what these battle rappers call reaching. They reach for that one.
You think so?
It was reaching. Yeah,
I don't think it's that far of a reach.
Because it's like they never mentioned anything about him going to drugs until like the last 2 seasons. We always knew that he was highly into weed, but nothing like as deep as this one till this last episode.
Well, maybe he's just never woken up out the tank until now.
It'll reach. I call it a reach.
I don't know. I guess it's really just left up to interpretation, so people can talk about it honestly.
And I think season 4 only had 3 episodes of storytelling, of like continuing on the story out of like 10 episodes that came out. I don't know how many, like 10, 12.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you want a lot of storytelling, it's not a lot. Like for the main plot throughout the whole series, it's not a lot coming from this season. I would say, I'm gonna ask you, what was your favorite season of Atlanta?
I really like the van beating up the bread, people with the bread.
Oh yeah. Well, I said his favorite season.
But... I know, but that's the season I was thinking of. Season 1 is just season 2. What's season 2? The robbery one?
Yeah, season 2 was my favorite. Season 2 I thought was great. Robin season.
Yeah, because they left the season 2 going on to the airplane, and there's like, oh, we're gonna experience Europe, and then season 3, it's kind of like weird.
It kind of changes a little bit.
I don't know. I can't remember because it's been like years. I don't watch it like on Hulu. I watch it like when it comes on TV. So it's been like years in between, like from the first season to the 4th season. It's like what, 6 years ago when the first season came out?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while. Like between seasons 2 and 3, it was a long time.
Yeah. So I want to say maybe 3, just because of the bread.
Just because of the bread. No, those were some good moments. I think my favorite episode, like overall, I always like the FUBU episode when they're kids.
Oh yeah,
that shit always cracks me up.
It touched my soul.
He's got like the fake FUBU shirt. He's like, this guy got on Phoebe. Yeah. Overall though, I thought it was a great show. I think it has a lot of like rewatch capability if you want to go back and rewatch it, but definitely a unique show. It's definitely unique. Yeah. I gotta do something real quick, guys. So can we pause here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. And then
because I gotta pee.
All right. I guess intermission. And then we'll talk about Wakanda. Give me a second. Here we go. All right. Over the weekend, The long anticipated sequel to Black Panther came out. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So this is kind of how I'm thinking about we go at it, right? First impressions when watching the movie. I'm going to spoilers, and then any last thoughts or criticisms. Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be spoilers, so
Well, yeah. So we'll let the people know, but I just want like first impressions when you like, how'd you feel when you first saw it? Go ahead, Justin.
I thought it was really good. I'm not sure any of the hate for it is warranted. Like, I think it does a really good job of telling a story about grief, and while also telling a superhero story and also expanding the MCU.
Yeah. What about you, Tyre?
I want to point out I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but
we would have never known.
Noted.
Marvel movie fans. I'm a fan of Marvel, but not the movies they're coming out with. But
you
I
did
think
say you were gonna see it opening night, and you did. So, like,
I
bravo.
did. This was
Yeah.
literally on accident too.
I was gonna call you out if you did.
It's like a movie ticket just flew inside my hand and thought I'd go inside.
Like, I was like with people, and it was like, "You guys want to watch Black Panther?" And everybody agreed, and I was like, "I guess."
Like, ain't nothing else out this weekend.
But I thought this was like top 3 best Marvel movies they made. I think. Even though
I didn't expect that from you. All right. My sentiment kind of goes along with Justin. Like, really good movie. I think definitely one of the best things that's come out in this phase, especially movie wise. Like, the movies have been kind of lackluster.
But the bar is not that high.
Yeah, no. I think like She-Hulk and this have been like the best things that Marvel has done in this phase that they're in. Really, like, this movie goes into a lot about grief and what it means to grieve someone and how to grieve, how people grieve. And that really, really resonated with me. And it was just, I thought it was really good, really well crafted. Is it perfect? No, but damn near perfect in my opinion. Okay. I got some things like that I wanted to say. So we're gonna go into like spoilers already. So it's already been out. All right. Hey, people were spoiling this movie like the day it came out.
Yeah.
Which was like ridiculous. I had to like throw my phone away almost, like, is I just like, sometimes I'm okay with being spoiled in a movie, but I was like, nah, I ain't looking at nothing at all. So if you're here, you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie and come back. Or if you don't care about spoilers, well, hey, stay along. Yeah, so this movie's all about Shuri. The whole entire movie is like her movie about how she's grieving initially for T'Challa, who, as we know, was played by Chadwick Boseman, who passed away, unbeknownst to most people, who had colon cancer that was eating away at him for years. And because of that, he was not able to reprise his role in the second movie. I think like the movie does a really great job, like I said before, at exploring grief and how people grieve. And I ain't gonna lie, like the first opening sequence of the movie, it was getting me, It was like you could almost hear a pin drop in the theaters when it was just so intense how it started. Yeah.
That was all it for the spoilers?
No. I mean, we can keep going in. But I'm trying to give someone else a chance to talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the cold open is very much mirroring like real life in the way that
things just happen suddenly.
You're just dropped into it, and next thing you know, like T'Challa's gone, and it mirrors like real life where I remember that the day that I found out that Chadwick Boseman died, it was just like a shock
It was
because
crazy.
just out of nowhere and
Yeah.
suddenly.
I remember he posted this video like maybe a week or a couple weeks before he passed, and you could tell like he was sick, like, and nobody had seen him like that, and everybody's like concerned, like, what's wrong with him? Like, he looks like he's lost so much weight, and then probably like a month later, he had passed away, and it's just like so sudden, like you said, you
Mhm.
know.
What's the
Yeah.
And
video about? My bad.
oh, what was the video?
I can't really remember. It was like a little social media video he had done, but his face was all sunken in and everything. You know, it
Uh,
was obvious that he was sick at that point. Yeah.
But yeah, like there's people saying that they didn't like the cold open of how sudden it is, and the fact that you don't really uh like get any story beats with T'Challa at all. But that's like
That's real
that's how it
life.
is in real life.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it just comes at you quick, and there's nothing you can do about it. And yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was very like realistic and like the Marvel having the entire like Marvel credits all
Dedicated
Chadwick
to
Boseman,
Chadwick.
like yeah, that was like a solid like tribute and
Yeah.
good way to start the movie.
Yeah. Definitely pulled me in. What about you, Tyron? What did you feel?
I just have a question about or it's kind of like towards the middle. It's kind of like they mentioned it in the opening too. He said he died because of his sickness, but I'm like, I know how he really died, but I'm like inside the movie. Is there any other movies that there's like some type of plague going on, and then that they was
No.
just going to like connect it?
So I was going to talk about that too. I was going to ask guys how you felt about them just saying he died from a sickness. So like they don't explain it at all. There's no like connection to anything else. It's just like literally he got sick and he died,
Mhm.
Yeah,
you know. And for me, like I think that's a really smart way to go about it. You know, it doesn't I feel with this movie they want to be like nothing but respectful to Chadwick and his family.
Right.
And I think the decision not to really dive into what got him sick or is there like a plague going on or something, I think the decision to not do that was really smart because that's not what the movie's about. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's not how he died.
How
It's a
he's
story about how the people are dealing with his death
affected. Yeah.
and how they're moving forward.
Yeah. And for me to see like a superhero who dies in story, you know, in continuity from a sickness, it just hits a little bit different and like makes them more real. You know what I mean? Instead of like getting punched in the face by Thanos or something like that, or getting like the thing ripped out your head and then you pass away. It's just that, that's fantasy. But then like to have a superhero who's powerful and then he suddenly passes away, that really he like it's more grounded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no kind of explanation, but for me it worked, on that level.
I say it's opposite for me. I mean, it worked, but as in the point where it's like if you die from a sickness, how? And then like I'm just thinking out story wise, not like
Yeah.
actual. And then I'm like, can anybody get it? Can all other heroes get sickness and die? And I'm like, I mean, they didn't ever went too deep into it, so I was like, I was just like throughout the whole movie, I'm like, how did these die? Like, why they not tripping out on how? And I know
Mm-hmm.
they even said why is more important than the how, but I'm like, how is important too? You know?
I think for the story they were trying to go for, it wasn't really like they're trying to battle a venereal disease or whatever.
Mhm.
I think they were only using that as a segue to say, we recognize what happened to Chadwick Boseman. We're honoring him, and let's move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I got.
the story very much like mirrors what happened to him.
Real life.
Yeah, where he was sick and no one knew about it, and he was like battling it by himself, and suddenly he's gone without
Explanation.
anyone. Yeah, without explanation, and yeah, so I don't know. I think they did a good job, like being respectful towards that, and like you know,
Mhm.
while also like it being a part of the story. Like, yeah,
Yeah. I want to talk about the villain of the story, Namor, um, played by Tanech. How you say his name? Uh, Give me a second. Give me a second. Tenoche Huerta. I thought he was a really good. I'm not gonna say villain. He was more like
anti-hero.
he's an anti-hero antagonist kind of guy.
Mhm.
Namor in the comics doesn't have any connection to Mayan or Mesoamerican culture at all. He's a white dude with feathers on his ankles. He's the king of Atlantis. But I thought the pivot to make his culture, like give him actual cultural background, and I thought that was really smart. It makes him more relatable. It also, like, Mexican heritage and African Black heritage kind of have along with other people,
Ethnicity.
other ethnic groups, have a similar kind of story in some ways with colonizing and everything like that. So I think having the choice to have that cultural background for Namor really played well into the story. But yeah, man, I thought he was tight. I thought he was tight. It really worked for me. What you guys
Yeah,
think
I thought it looked weird when I first saw it.
with the feathers?
Yeah, just the whole like Mayan influence. I totally forgot like Namor had wings on his feet until I saw it on
That's
screen.
his whole thing.
I didn't know. Like every like time I've seen Namor was with him like half his body is underwater, so I never see the wings. I didn't know he could fly. Like I said, I'm a DC guy, so
Oh
this is
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those blind spots.
That's his whole
But
thing. Like he's a mutant who has feathers on his ankles and elf ears.
yeah,
I thought that was weird.
so it looked kind of weird, but
But that's directly from the comics.
yeah.
Yeah,
Once I saw it on the screen and how it played out, I thought it was like well done.
yeah.
It was good.
I
I like the tying into his naming into him being villainized by like
by
the
the
Spanish.
priest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then calling him like the man without love, so his
el
name's No
el
More.
el niño sin amor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
The
that
little
was
lingo.
cool.
the child without love. Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever. What you think, Tyron, of the antagonist?
I thought he was cool. I just didn't. I thought his little conflict with Wakanda was dumb. Um, I'm fresh off of Aquaman, so everything like underwater and everything. I was like, it's kind of like similar to Aquaman, but like I just watched it.
That's why they didn't call it Atlantis.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Atlantis.
Yeah.
It is Atlantis.
It is Atlantis. It is Atlantis.
Oh, it is, but in the
Yeah.
Marvel world.
Yeah. So they have an
Oh.
Atlantis in Marvel and they have an Atlantis in DC. But
And in Disney.
Aquaman, yeah, in Disney.
Mhm.
Aquaman is the king of Atlantis in DC. Namor is the king of Atlantis in Marvel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have to say I kind of agree with the conflict storyline was not the strongest point for me in the movie. I guess the whole storyline is like Namor comes to the people of Wakanda, the queen and the princess, and they're like, you got to find the scientist, you got to kill her. If not, I'm a killer and I'm gonna sink Wakanda, and we're gonna go to war. And I guess that part wasn't the worst for me. The worst, the part that really didn't click for me was like find the scientist thing. I was like, why is the scientist so important? I mean, I get it. Like they're trying to introduce a new character, but it seemed like they just kind of threw that part in there for.
The scientist was important because she was the only one to be able to create something that can locate vibranium.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is she supposed to be like the new Iron Man? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess for me, it felt like that part of the movie was like a backdoor pilot for like, she's gonna get a show later on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I was like, why can't the Atlanteans go up there and kill her herself?
I
You know?
mean,
She's on
they're
land.
trying to.
Oh, it's because
they-
she's on land.
They
They got water
They-
mask.
They were trying to kill her. They just needed, help from Wakanda because they knew exactly who it was.
No, is it because they didn't want to be blamed, or they didn't want to
they didn't want to get found out.
found out? So is that why they told Wakandans to do it? I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
No, they wanted to kill the scientists so no one else would disturb them.
Yeah, but then they solved it at the end. It was like, we could just save you guys. We could help you guys with the fight if they find you. Like, that's what I was just thinking throughout the whole movie. I'm like, Wakanda's just gonna help. I don't know their city name. Takalon. I don't know.
Talokan.
Talokan. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end, he kind of admits, like, yeah, we don't really need the scientists. We just want to take over the whole surface world. And I was like, man, you going from 0 to 100. I mean, you going from 100 to 1,000. Killing somebody is 100 already.
Because it's like they're already, it's. I enjoy the story and the fact that Talokan, much like Wakanda, is both trying to protect their resources.
Yeah.
So he's going about it in a different way, where he's not waiting for everyone else to come after him.
Yeah, he's making the first strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to talk about the new Iron Man suit, the Riri Williams suit. What y'all think about that? The suit that they made for her in Wakanda.
It was okay.
I was not a fan.
I wasn't a fan of the soldiers' new suits.
Was who?
The blue suits they were flying.
Oh, I didn't like those that much either.
Mm-mm.
But when the Iron Heart, that's her character, her Iron Heart suit came on, I was like, is this a Power Ranger? What is this? I don't know. It just didn't look that great, like compared to all the Iron Man suits we got over the years. I was like,
but she's not Iron Man. It's supposed to be impressive because she's just a young girl that was able to recreate something that Tony Stark did.
No, yeah, the suit she had in the warehouse looked way better, in my opinion. The one that's kind of like her Mach 1
skeleton.
Yeah, I thought that looked way better. But then the more sleek looking suit they made in the Wakanda lab, I was like, this looks like like Roger Rabbit when they put a cartoon in a real life movie. It just looked too like fake,
It was just too bulky for my taste.
Yeah, well, I can only compare it
sleeker.
I can only compare it in my mind to the Iron Man suits, and those suits look so well done. I know they're CGI, and I'm just like, this suit does not look as great. You know what I mean?
Iron Man's very first suit was like the metal tin can one, with that one's bulky, and then the second one he made after that was still bulky too. So maybe they just like copy and pasting that idea.
Yeah, I'm sure once she resurfaces, she'll get a redesign.
I hope so, because that suit was not it for me. Just like the flying
my brother
suits
told
too.
me that her logo looks like the CVS logo. So I can't see that now.
I didn't see her logo.
The heart, yeah, it kind of does.
It looks like the CVS heart.
Maybe she's CVS endorsed.
Yeah,
they're giving her the money to make these suits. What did you think about Angela Bassett in the movie? She plays the Queen.
Yeah, I thought she gave like a very powerful performance. I thought it was great.
She was amazing. Like in that first scene, where she's in the UN, like that whole setup was just like, I loved it. Like, they're trying to get like pull the wool over our eyes, but she's just like, you can't fool me. It's just because we're African or whatever you may think about us, like we're far ahead of what you got going on. I thought that scene was great. And then, people are talking about like giving her an Oscar nomination for that one speech the one monologue speech she did after she loses her daughter.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's like, yeah, I know what she's talking about.
yeah. I think she did a great job, but I did not know they were about to kill her in the movie.
Yeah.
That was shocking to me.
Yeah, they're really running Shuri through the ringer on this one.
Yeah, I was like, damn, didn't she lose enough?
Yeah.
God.
She's up there now with one of the people that have suffered the most in the MCU.
Yeah, like with Thor or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, I didn't know they was gonna kill her mama too.
Mm.
Like that's kind of a lot.
But yeah, the her performance in the throne room
That was great.
Yeah, where she's like it very much shows the things that happen when we grieve, and sometimes that's like lashing out.
Mm-hmm.
And she just like strips Okoye of her title and basically like almost disowns her, and it's crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't even call that lashing out. I would say like, I mean, I get what you're saying when she's lashing out, but like, I think all of that was like warranted, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she was just like, that was the last straw for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her and Okoye wants to come talk about everything she's given, and she's like, well, look at all that I've given without even choosing it. You know, I've lost everybody, and now I lost my daughter. I don't even know where she is. Like, that was powerful.
Mm.
That was powerful. I don't know if she'll get an Oscar nomination for it, but it was definitely like one of the best moments in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Any standout characters from you guys from the movie?
I think Namor was a standout to me only because I was expecting something a lot different. Namor is an asshole in the comics and how he's portrayed. And
yeah, he didn't seem that much of an asshole in the movie to me.
Ryan Coogler does a real good job of making anti-heroes at this point, and he makes you sympathetic for their cause.
Yeah,
like much like Killmonger and him and Namor in this. So yeah.
What about you, Tyron? Any standout characters? Like, no, it was all cool.
Yeah. It's all cool. I don't really.
It was all cool to me.
No characters really like stood out. I was like, oh, I like this one.
I would say I liked M'Baku a lot in this movie. I think that's where like all the real good comedic beats came from. The guy, played by Winston Duke. I think, look, got this shit from McDonald's.
Nice.
Oh
wow. No, he was like, not only was he like really funny in the movie, he was very like heartfelt and very like commanding every time he came on the screen. Like, I thought he did a really good job, better than before in Black Panther 1. I would say if they're going to make a Disney Plus show about anybody, it should be probably him on that one. Also, man, Michael B. Jordan. I did not expect them to put him back in the movie, but that whole sequence of the afterlife or the ancestral plane, and she's looking for her mom and she finds Killmonger. I thought that was like a real big twist, and I loved it.
What I thought they was gonna do is what they did in Fast 7 was try to CGI him back in. I was expecting that.
I thought so too, and I kind of was hoping that they didn't do that.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't too. It's just like, on one hand, like it'd be cool to see Chadwick back in the movie, but then on the other hand, it's just like he passed away. Like, just leave him alone. You know, just leave it how it is. You already gave him his recognition. You know, you don't have to take his face. You know, I mean, unless it's cool with the family, but I think it was best that they didn't. Yeah. What'd you think about the Killmonger reveal, Justin?
I thought it was a great twist. Makes me wonder:
Whoa.
is there two?
My bad.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
It makes me wonder: is there two different ancestral planes? One when you die like peacefully, or or one where you're feeling like vengeance.
Might be, huh?
Because like it was weird for him to just show up. Like I know that that's what she was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the way I got it was like the ancestral plane, like when you take the heart-shaped herb, it takes you to who you need to see in the ancestral plane. So like T'Challa saw his father who had passed away, and then Shuri saw Killmonger because she felt the way Killmonger felt, like
Yeah.
just like anger and against all these people. Because eventually later in the movie, she starts to see her mom again in that ancestral plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it might not be two. It's just like it kind of guides you to who you need to see at the moment. That's what I got from it.
But yeah, like him being the driving force, like it's like it compounds in the sense that she's already feeling like resentment and like a lot of hate and vengeance, and she basically just wants to kill Namor at that point.
I feel it.
Yeah. And for her not to see her loved ones and instead see Killmonger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's like a gut punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Towards the ending, this is what I didn't expect at all. So the post-credit scene towards at the end of the movie reveals that Nakia, the lover of T'Challa, I guess they had a kid within the last, between the last movie and this movie, and I guess that was the big reveal for the post-credit scene. Yes, I don't know if you stayed long enough.
No, I had to pee. As soon as I saw that credit, I took off frame.
So yeah, this is the post-credit scene. It picks up directly where the end of the movie is. Shuri's still on the beach. She burns her clothing. Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o, comes in and she's like, basically, this is my son. His Haitian name is something, but his Wakanda name is T'Challa. So she names him after who his father was. So he's basically T'Challa's son. So I think that was I think that's the way that Marvel kind of chose to recast T'Challa in like a younger version and a younger boy. My one gripe about the movie, I'm gonna get back to that too. My one gripe about the movie is like I loved it. Like I like Shuri's story, but I kept feeling like this movie would have been better if Chadwick Boseman was alive.
Yeah.
That's what I kept feeling. A lot
of these problems wouldn't happen if he was around.
No, not even that. It's just like him as an actor, he was just so like he could command a movie. Like he's the kind of guy you put as the main lead of a movie. You know what I mean? And I was like, you can kind of feel that missing presence. No disrespect to the girl who played Shuri. It's just like she was a side character in the first movie, and it just kind of feels different. I don't know if you guys got that feeling.
Yeah, but at the same time, they do a really good job of rewriting the movie around what had happened, while also like blending the events of what happened into the story. Like you said, like Shuri was a side character, and all of a sudden she's thrust upon having to lead and protect her people. It's it very much mirrors what's going on in real life, where she like all of a sudden has to carry the movie.
You have to step up. Yeah. So I guess they're trying to. The plan is to recast T'Challa. Now he's his son, as a young boy, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like plans to age him up some kind of way, or I don't know how they're gonna do that. I didn't expect that from the movie at all. to be honest.
I don't think that they would recast the son as the Black Panther at least anytime soon.
No, I think they're going. I think they're using that as an excuse to age him up and find somebody else. You know what I
No,
mean?
I still don't think they would bring back T'Challa in that sense. I think it would be either passed on some other way, like by the challenge, or I don't know. It just would be weird to have him aged up and taking on the role already.
No, I think I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a process that would happen soon. I think they're gonna give like Shuri her time as the
Mm.
Black Panther, and I feel like maybe when this kid is around like supposedly 16, 18 years old or something, that's like not super far away.
Mm.
Maybe they'll find like a young actor who can like kind of step into that Black Panther role after Shuri. Because I mean, I was thinking like, why else would they name him T'Challa? I mean, I know it's to honor him, but it also gives them an opportunity to like tell T'Challa's story again. Like the way they probably wanted to.
I don't know. I don't think the MCU would make it that far. We're already
You don't think so?
no.
Man, I feel like they got a 20-year plan.
I think we're on the like I said, like after Endgame, we're on the downward slope.
I don't think so. I think they have another plan after. You said after Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you said we're on the downward slope right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
think as many people would be as enamored by whatever big event is going to happen next.
The Kang Dynasty and the Secret Wars.
Yeah, I don't think it would be as impactful. And the Endgame stuff was like a once in a lifetime like movie hype moment.
Yeah,
It's like our generation's original Star Wars trilogy.
yeah, I can see that. Like the first Endgame, like that whole thing was like an event, and I think they're trying to like recreate that moment in some way. I'm not going to say they can't do it because they've
They
they've
certainly
done
have a roadmap for it. So
yeah they've done like they are good at creating the hype, like the hype around the Spider-Man movie, the hype around this movie. I think they can definitely do it again to the same effect. I don't know, but I feel like they have a plan even after this phase, like
oh yeah, for sure.
something even more. You know, that's why I feel like they'll try to retell T'Challa's story in some kind of different way. So I don't think they're stopping anytime soon.
Mm. I don't know. I don't feel that strongly about the MCU. We'll see. But
It's because you're over here watching Black Adam.
Wow, sorry that like I try to round out all my fandoms.
Just over here like Black Adam could beat them all.
That's The Rock, bro. Like, not me.
The Rock even admitted that Wakanda Forever beat out his movie. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was like on I think like a live video. He was like, "Man, talking about get our asses beat. Wakanda made more money in his first 2 days than Black Adam made this whole time."
It always was. It was never a question.
Yeah. It was no, it wasn't. But he took the loss humbly. So,
but I will say this about the Black Panther series. It's amazing that there's only been 2 movies, but in the breadth of like the Black Panther mythos, it's like it feels like that character has been around longer than most of the other superheroes because of the mantle has been passed like 3 times already.
Yeah, 3 times.
And I don't even remember if they mentioned like the grandfather who's like the original Black Panther.
Yeah, they've mentioned it.
So it'd be him to T'Chaka to T'Challa to Killmonger.
Oh yeah.
And then back to T'Challa and then back and now Shuri. Like
yeah, it's been passed around a lot. Yeah,
So it's weird for only 2 movies to have like that amount of depth to the pathos.
both of these Black Panther movies were like I said before, they're like an event. I remember when the first Black Panther movie came out, it was like you had to go see this one. You know what I mean? And not every Marvel movie is like that. Like Thor: Love and Thunder, you don't get that kind of feeling. Or like with the first 2 Ant-Mans, you don't really get that kind of feeling. So I was really surprised that they made that kind of hype again for the second movie. And it does feel like Black Panther has been around for like a long time and you really care about that character. I mean, of course, with the circumstances that went down too, everyone's kind of curious, like, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? If they're able to like replicate this a few more times, I'll be really impressed, But
I think. Oh my bad.
No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, I think the hype for these first 2 movies only cause of the first one was like the first Black superhero movie, whatever, or not the first Black superhero movie, but it's like
Blade would have a word with you.
I know. But it's like, the Black community was coming around on this first movie. So I think that's
definitely
mostly the hype for the first one and then him dying in the second one. I don't think this third, fourth, however many ever is going to come, it's going to be as hype unless someone dies or something.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's both movies had like a big, there was a big reason to see it. Like Black Panther 1, really rallying the Black community to go out and support. And we're happy to support. And Black Panther 2, I know everyone but Tyron.
Yeah.
Unless you just like casually strolling by the theater, you want to watch a movie.
That's happened on the second one.
But Black Panther 2 is the death with Chadwick Boseman, their main character, and it's kind of like, what is going to happen now? I got to see this. That's why I said, like, if they're able to replicate that kind of feeling in a third movie, I'd be really, really impressed. Yeah. Any last thoughts before we close out of here?
I felt like the ending of Black Panther took way too long.
Oh, it was a long movie.
It didn't feel like it dragged on though. I felt like it was decently paced.
Yeah.
Like I thought the water fight at the end was kind of like mediocre, even though I like the water fights. I thought it was just like,
yeah, for someone who has as many soldiers as there's blades of grass on the earth, like that wasn't that many.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I was not impressed by the Kingdom of Talokan. Like comparing it to Atlantis and Aquaman, like that shit, like in Aquaman, it looked so nice and like pristine and everything, and then Talokan's just kind of like dark and dim, and it just didn't look as impressive. I can only compare it to Aquaman because they did the same shit.
Oh, that reminds me, the Black Panther series does a great job of making seemingly primitive weapons very destructive. So
the spears,
like the spears, and for Talokan is like the water balloons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, are they using bubble attack? What is?
Yeah. So it's been great. Like me personally, as far as like weapons go, spears not on the top of my list, but ever since like Black Panther, I was like, you know what? Maybe.
Yeah. Usually, no, they did. They make those spears look really cool. Yeah, I thought they could have probably cut out the whole exploring Talokan bit. I didn't think we really needed to see that as much, but that's just me. I wasn't impressed by the city, I guess, but
they did that for Killmonger in the first one.
What?
Like explore his background, where he came from.
Oh no! The backstory of Namor was fine. I'm talking about this when Shuri goes into Talokan. She's like looking around.
Oh.
The underwater city. I just didn't think it was that impressive. I mean, to like have a whole scene around. I know it's showing the people and everything.
Yeah, they need a reason for her to care about these people.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I get that. It was just, I was like, I could look better.
Look run down.
Let a little rundown. Yeah.
Underwater, man. Like
Atlantis was way beautiful.
This place got water damage everywhere. All in all, though, for me, I thought really good movie. Like I said, one of the best movies in Phase 4. One of the best things to come out of Phase. Is this Phase 4? Yeah, one of the best things to come out of Phase 4. Really enjoyed it. I saw it twice, so I really liked it. Any last thoughts, guys?
Play Marvel Snap. It's really fun.
You're addicted, Justin.
Yeah.
Is this about to be like your new addiction game where it's like, what's that game you play? Simulator?
The simulator? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it totally is. Because like I can play this anytime, like, and then the matches are really short. So
He's playing it right now.
while you guys were talking about Atlanta, I was thinking about maybe I could just real quick. Look, I had you guys on mute. I had you guys on mute for most of what you guys were talking about because I didn't want to get spoiled. And I was thinking about maybe I could just play a quick game. But I didn't.
It's a Marvel Snap Anonymous. Last words, Tyron?
My bad. I got one more question about the dude. How are they able to talk to whales? They're not like Aquaman.
I think they can just do that.
I don't know. I was so confused on how
you're nitpicking on things that.
Yeah, man. They don't have to explain all that. They live underwater. They can talk to the community.
Aquaman explained it. Hey, he said he put his hand
Aquaman
up.
is not that great of a movie.
I know, and they explained it. That's what I was like.
Well, it's not a Namor movie. It's a Black Panther movie. So
yeah, maybe, but they still went into detail about him. So I'm like, at least give us.
You got to give your background of your villain.
Also,
you know?
They never explicitly said that they can talk to the whales. It's just that they train the whales.
They just ride them on like a bus.
Yeah.
No. They have to talk to them because they jumped out of the water, flipped them up on the ship. They can't train or whatever.
You never seen an elephant in a circus? You ever seen an elephant bounce a ball?
That's different.
Same shit.
I don't know.
Have you heard of SeaWorld?
Exactly. Have you seen them? Yeah, exactly. Have you seen what those killer whalers do?
They're launching like people in the air and shit.
Yeah, that's the same. Thank you, Justin.
Like real life.
Tyron ain't never been to SeaWorld.
This ain't the same.
That's the reason he don't get it, because he's never been to SeaWorld.
I've been to SeaWorld multiple times.
You've never seen a killer whale do a triple flip.
Okay, but there's difference going at war and then just flipping around for some food.
I'm pretty sure if the people at SeaWorld wanted to go to war, they could.
They would just eat the humans.
They got trained whales.
They're not really that trained, but
there's a bunch of people in there, dude. Like they're pretty trained.
No, they will switch on them. Have you seen them deaths on those swimmers?
Oh yeah, only because they're held captive. But I'm just saying, like, if it was out in the ocean and like there's humans living in the ocean, they'd certainly train whales.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think that's a different story on that one.
Well, everybody, you heard it here first. Tyron doesn't believe in whales and their capabilities. They are a smart species. But if you believe in whales, I don't even know where I was going with that. Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Digital Excursion. Like always, you can like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Rate us 5 stars on everything. And also, now we've got a Google Gmail account. So if you want to shoot us a email or send us a comment or tell us how much you love this pink sweater I'm wearing, you can email us at thedigitalexcursion@gmail.com. We'll put it up somewhere. Leave us something. We'll shout you out. Once again, I'm Marlon Abram. This is Justin Pua. And that's Tyron Lee. You gotta go like that.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the hand symbols for anyone listening.
Oh, yeah. Was this a shark or a throwing? I thought it was a shark.
It was the Kamehameha.
Oh, yeah, that's what someone said. The Dragon Ball Z.
All right, everybody. Later.
Bye.